Racist off-duty New York cop harasses black technician doing his job. Only our finest. Only the finest. They're never really off-duty, in my opinion. A suburban New York police detective has been charged with hate crimes after he allegedly threatened a black cell phone service worker who was just doing his job. This is John J. Murphy, a 15-year veteran with the Rockville Centre Police Department. He has that nasty face. This is just my observation. You don't have to agree, but I've seen it before with the little bird-like eyes. Okay? Not to be trusted. Here are the details of the racist and disgusting attack according to the criminal complaint filed after the November 3rd incident. John J. Murphy approached the 48-year-old subcontractor who was checking the 5G signal in the Manorville neighborhood. Murphy, who was off the clock, identified himself as a law enforcement officer and then allegedly asked the man sitting in his SUV at the time what he was doing in the neighborhood. Thought you were off duty, Mr. Murphy. How about none of your business? Atlanta Black started giving us the details on this one. Subcontractor said he had a right to be there, police said, and attempted to show Murphy his ID. Show me your papers. Okay, now that goes way back to Lincoln-like times. You know what I'm talking about. The cop refused to look at it, though. Murphy went into a rage, telling the man, "Get out of here. We don't want you or your kind in the neighborhood, N-word." Now, if he's like this off duty, what do you think this guy is like when he is in uniform? Court documents revealed Murphy then kicked the worker's GMC Terrain, ripping off a light affixed to the top of the vehicle, breaking it into pieces, and throwing what was left at the victim's face. Assault. Assault. Vandalism. Hate crime. Suffolk District Attorney, Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney stated, "There's a video and there is corroboration. There is damage to the car and a light that was damaged as well. The victim here was just trying to do his job when the defendant allegedly harassed him and damaged his vehicle. To make matters worse, the defendant is a sworn law enforcement officer responsible for protecting the rights of citizens rather than violating them, as is alleged here." Thank you, D.A. Tierney. Now Murphy faces charges of criminal mischief as a hate crime and aggravated harassment. Again, I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a lawyer. I would have hit him with more, DA. This is some serious stuff. Hit him with everything you got. And he's a danger to society, by the way. He's having these rage. It's almost like roid rage. I thought you were off the clock. Don't you need to go get coffee and donuts instead of harassing the citizens? Murphy, a 15-year veteran of the force, faces criminal mischief as a hate crime and aggravated harassment. He turned himself in, pled not guilty, and he was released without bail. I don't agree. That's another thing I don't agree with. It ought to cost you from the moment things go down something. He has been suspended from the Rockville Centre Police Department, where officials say they don't comment on personnel matters. If you did that, they'd be commenting on you. You understand what I just said? If that was you and there was or wasn't a video, they would certainly be commenting on you. I've been a journalist my whole life. They're going to send out a press release that if we don't clean it up, makes it look like you've already been adjudicated guilty. So what are you talking about? The public desperately needs to know about this guy. One of our own is accused. See, I was on the DA's side with this. But the police department, he's just suspended with or without pay, okay? It matters. Now, according to county data, Suffolk County has prosecuted 17 hate crimes, 68 hate incidents. I'm more interested in how many cases they didn't prosecute. Here we have a very smart, we'll call him the cell phone worker, who found out who this was and swore out a complaint. Here we have video documenting the alleged crimes here. I happen to believe that this whole thing about a bad apple and the cops is a big American lie. Someone like this, if any part of this is true, this Murphy with the bird eyes, if you put his picture up, it's not being ugly. Okay, he has these birdie little bead eyes that I'm watching everything, body language, express. You see what I mean? And the way he's looking, it's bird-like. Look at him. Okay, and I mean no offense to the birds, but I happen to believe that birds of a feather also flock together. And I'm not demeaning the Suffolk County Police or anything like that, Rockville Centre, not demeaning them. I'm just saying, I can tell you as a reporter, heck, I don't need a journalism degree for this. If I were to strike up a conversation as one of these cops rolled up on me, frankly, just a parking guy who's trying to ticket me, and I'm going to strike up a conversation, you're never going to write that ticket, okay? And I say, hey, have you heard of this guy? They say, oh, yeah. And he's not alone. Because if you are such a great organization, you don't allow stuff like this. You police your own. So I'm more interested, yes, hate crimes should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, not this guy who's released, he's suspended and released without bail. I'm more interested in who hasn't been prosecuted and who's been allowed to perpetuate this nonsense. That's just me. That's just me.